Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy, coming to you live and direct from Enlightened Coach Headquarters, also known as Dax Moy's Cave of Wonders, where I'm just taking a couple of minutes out today just to talk to you about something that seems to be coming up quite a lot amongst tribe members, amongst people that are coming on my courses, particularly when I meet kind of coaches who are talking about how difficult it seems to be to get their message in front of people. And pretty much always the same comments are made that, well, Dax, it's okay for you because you've got fairly big tribes, you know, like I've got tribes of several 4,500 fitness professionals. I've got tribes of several hundred life coaches and so on and so forth. I've got tribes of hundreds of civilians, if you will, and students and things like that, right? So obviously this all lends itself to the theory that you need hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of people in your groups and on your lists and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so I wanted to kind of shoot this video as a counterpoint to that, as a kind of a means of sharing a different perspective. And that perspective is as simple as this. Imagine that that you were kind of going to invite a really close group of people around just to your home this evening and talk about things that were particularly important to you. Right now, if your home's anything like mine, you don't live in a huge mansion, so it's not the kind of, you don't have the kind of dining room and living room and entertainment room where you could entertain like hundreds and hundreds of people. If we're talking kind of logistically about how most people's homes are set up, you could probably take somewhere between 8 and 12 kind of people in the average home, like to have them all seated comfortably in a single room and have a conversation with them, right? So kind of think of it as like inviting people around to your living room. So now that immediately does away with the idea that you need thousands of people. It immediately does away with the idea that you need hundreds of people. The question now becomes, if I were really only inviting 12 people around to my living room tonight, do I know 12 people that I would really love to be there? Do I know 12 people that would really love to be there and engage with me and engage with the material and listen to what I've got to say? The short answer to that is absolutely, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. There are 12 people in your life right now that could come and sit in your living room. Now, I'm not suggesting that they have to be, but imagine if you started processing the idea of lists and groups and tribes, instead of in the size of them, kind of going much more for the quality. And imagine if you gave up the idea that you needed to have hundreds of leads and thousands of group members and all of that kind of stuff, and instead you said, I'm simply seeking a small group of people with which to have intimate, deep, and inspiring conversations with. Imagine if you did that. Now imagine if you took that same idea and you went out and, you know, if you didn't want to invite them into your home, and I don't blame you if that's not what you want to do, but imagine if you went out and you hired a very small space, or you went on Meetup and you reached out to kind of very similar people, or people that were already entertaining groups very similarly. Imagine if you knew someone out of your group of 12 who had an office space where they worked, who would donate you a couple of hours in an evening on a Tuesday night kind of thing. Imagine if you did that, and then imagine the impact that would have on those 12 lives. Now imagine those 12 people starting to speak to 1 or 2 people each. And imagine 12 turn into 24, turn into 36, turn into 48, and you get the picture. Right? Start with a living room kind of approach to building your tribe, not a football stadium kind of approach. See, here's the thing. As long as you're thinking that you need to have hundreds and thousands of people in your groups and your tribes and your lists and everything else, you're unlikely to take the action to step up. You're always going to say there's not enough. Now, let me tell you kind of a not so secret. Many of my events over the years have been dramatically, like crazily undersold. I've been aiming to kind of get 30, 40, 50 people into a course or a program, and there's been 3, 4, 5 people there. You know what I did? In most cases, I went ahead and delivered them. Now, at times there have been times when I've actually set up programs over in the States, and I simply didn't want to fly all the way over there at my own expense to speak to 4 or 5 people, right? But there have also been times in my past where I've done exactly that, and I've jumped on a plane at my own expense to put myself in front of 4, 5, 6 people and have the conversation that I most wanted to have. And you know what? It's always paid off. You don't have to be jumping on planes. You can start in your own town. You can start in your living room. Okay, you can right this minute go on Facebook, and you're on Facebook right now if you're watching this, right? You can right this minute go to the group section down the left hand side, start a new group, and reach out to awesome people that you already love, that you're already having great conversations with, and say, hey, want to come over and play in my metaphorical living room? Do you want to come over here and actually have some conversations about this stuff? If there's 2 of you, that's awesome, because 2 of you will be enjoying yourself. That will turn to 3, 3 will turn to 4, 4 will turn to 5. Before you know it, you've got a very, very small group of people having really, really deep conversations. And that is the beginning. That's the nucleus of your tribe. Please, if nothing else, out of this video, if nothing else, take away this. You don't need to start big. You need to start small. Think big, but act small. What's the small action that you could take today? Okay, so that's my kind of invitation to you today, is to think about ways that you can put your message in front of people that are already resonant. You don't have to go out and find new people. You don't have to run Facebook ads. You don't have to kind of go and spam a whole bunch of people. Think about people that are already resonant with your message. Get them in first. Have some truly awesome conversations. Give them some truly awesome service. And then just watch what happens. Okay, so this has been me, Dax. Hope you've enjoyed today's Mad Rambling. Speak to you again very, very soon. Take care.